Next up, at UFC Edmonton, we have Alexandr Romanov taking on Rodrigo Nascimento. Heavyweights, this could be...
Be honest here, Angelo.
I am going to be
hope that
honest.
you're pretty confident.
I've got a bet on this fight. We got Alexandr Romanov. Alexandr Romanov, big boy wrestler. 2-3 in his last 5. He is 17-3 in his career. Bit of a skid these last couple of years. He is coming off that submission loss to Jailton Almeida, where Jacob said Jailton was a fraud. Then he's taking on Rodrigo Nascimento, 11-2 in his career, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that KO loss to Derek Lewis, who is also on this card. And breaking down Alexandr Romanov is tricky because if you break him down for what he is this year, it's not great. If you go back a couple of years, completely different person. He's basically Brock Lesnar without all the muscles. Comes forward, shoots a brutal takedown, gets you to the ground, and just starts working. That's who he was for a long period of time. And I don't know what happened. Got too comfortable. I don't know what happened in his life. But then he showed up like fat as hell one day. And then ever since then, never quite got it back. Ever since Marcin Tybura weathered an early storm and then beat him, Alex hasn't looked the same. I still believe in him, though. He has been competing in wrestling tournaments and grappling tournaments outside of UFC competition. Alexandr Romanov, in shape, is a beast wrestler who can do some work on top. He's taking on Rodrigo Nascimento. He's a grappler at heart. Solid submissions. He'll occasionally get sucked into a striking match, but he's usually just looking to come forward, get you to the cage, work you to the ground in a clinch. He averages about one takedown, a little more than one takedown per fight. Good takedown defense at 76%. He was just knocked out by Derek Lewis, but that is what it is. So on paper, Rodrigo Nascimento, a guy with good takedown defense and decent striking, should smoke the 2024 version of Alexandr Romanov. He should smoke him. Decent striking, good takedown defense. And that's all he might need if Romanov shows up looking like he just hit up the Taco Bell drive-thru, as he has a couple times this year. But with all that being said, Romanov seems to be caring. He seems to be putting in the time. He seems to be working his ass off. He seems to be competing in non-UFC grappling and wrestling tournaments. I am going to ride with my guy. I think Alexandr Romanov will get it done. If he gets a takedown, I think Rodrigo's going to struggle off his back. These are still heavyweights, and I understand he's a jiu-jitsu black belt and all that bullshit. He's still going to struggle off of his back. I just need a few takedowns out of Alexander. I think he gets him. I bet on him at plus 115. And you can see here, he opened at a minus 300 favorite. That line plummeted. He went all the way down to plus money, and now it's rebounded. He's still the dog, not quite plus money. I bet him at plus 115. If you're a premium member, you saw that.
Play pick him right now.
So hopefully it hits. You don't think I have that kind of influence on the line, right? It's got to be other people seeing what I see. What do you see? Do you see what I see?
Do you see what I see?
I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have fucking.
A star, dancing in the light with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail
How do you know all these fucking
big as
songs?
a kite. Do you see what I see?
No, I want to hear your breakdown.
I think that was one of the songs we sang when I was in advanced choir at the mall. So I think I know it real well.
Real quick, I see that line opening of minus 300 nowhere. Well, we get this information from OddsJam, who it's their entire job to have APIs into every single sportsbook on the planet and monitor these odds. And I promise you, with everything in my soul, that was the opening line. Next. What do you think?
Don't parody the Jesus song. That was actually the correct lyrics. I wasn't parodying anything. I sang it the way you're supposed to sing it as well. I showed it great respect.
About it. Well, that's an interesting emoji, a Georgia Bulldog. How do you get to do that?
That is a brown dog, if it's anything. That's not a Georgia Bulldog.
That looks like a Georgia... All right, go ahead.
I think it's for the Browns. Listen, guys, last week was the card where I said, maybe this is the card to bet against every single Brazilian. You guys know I'm very pro-Brazilian, never bet against Brazil. And I said maybe last week's card is the week to fade all the Brazilians. Guess what? They all lost. That parlay would have paid out like plus 1,000. You're welcome for saying that. This is one of those weeks where I think we could go back to never bet against Brazil. And I want to say, I sat here, and if you listen to my breakdown between Romanov and Jailton Almeida, guys, I tried. And everything that Angelo's saying and everything that Angelo's thinking about Romanov, I was there with him. And I tried to tell you guys that he had a chance in hell versus Jailton Almeida. He's a big, solid wrestler. He knows what he's doing. He can survive. He can do this. If he gets on top of Jailton, I was fucking wrong.
We were playing Can Jam, and that fight was over in 1 minute. I didn't even have to move from my can.
I was fucking wrong. And never will I ever trust a guy like Romanov. How you can put your money on Romanov, Angelo, that had to fucking hurt, and it's going to be hurting. And he could dominate the fight. Maybe he comes in, he does look like Romanov of old, where he fucking gets on top of this guy who can be taken down and hammer fists him and subs him. But maybe he doesn't. You know what I mean? And I've just seen it too many times now to where he just doesn't show up, or he has a little bit of fucking adversity that he cannot overcome. And Nascimento is one of those guys that can probably just kind of hang on, survive that first round, knows what he's doing on the ground, and then start to take over or whatever. So I'm going Rodrigo. I'm not betting Rodrigo, but to put your money on Romanov is pretty wild.
Even at the amazing odds of plus 115 that I got?
If he was plus like 150, like that's a consideration, but come on. Slap you across your dumb little face. You ever fucking talk to me like that again?
Little face. Everybody watched the vlog. Tell me who's the smaller of the two of us. Fucking ass clown. Or watch the fight when I literally just stood there. Bink, 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 jab, jab, jab. Jacob has no head movement. Jacob's staring at his own shoelaces. Moving forward, just jab him.
Moving forward, you're right. And that's how they scored. A lot of people scored that. Moving forward. Pressure fighter.
Jacob did the Homer Simpson fighting without the Homer Simpson result, is essentially how that went down. Just get beat up. Hope the other guy gets tired. Oops.
Well,
I got tired
three
first.
rounds instead of 12.
I'll do fucking 30. Line it up.
I actually started recording last week.
Oh, great. Tell me when. We'll do it again. We'll do it live this time. It's even better that way.
Maybe we should organize it for Charles's thing since it's in the spring now.
Let's organize it for Charles's thing. 100%. 100%. Let's do it.
I want to make sure you get a physical first because I don't want to kill you.
Fine with me. Last time I got a physical.
If you got a physical, they would not let you do. They wouldn't let you.
Last time I got a physical. They'd be like,
"Oh my God, you got a bedridden. You got to. If you leave, your heart is gonna give out. You kidding me? There's so much fat tissue around that thing. Oh my God, the heart is the strongest muscle in the human body. But for Angelo, it's the fucking tongue. I was eating all that fucking food.
I am 6'3", 260, so I could definitely lose some weight. I was 250 in the spring, but I'm 260 now. I gained about 10. But I started training. They added 8 a.m. classes at the gym. So guess who's going to 8 a.m. classes all the time? Big Ange. I'm going to be medium-sized Ange shortly. Anyway, Charles Johnson, I'll beat the fuck out of Jacob at your event. No problem. No problem. Stream it. We'll get a lot of people to watch that.
Is he here?
They'll love that.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
I figure you clip it. Anyway.
If you think he fucking watched it, he doesn't fucking watch this shit.
Jacob and I are split on this fight. I am more confident than him. I bet on it, plus 115. If you want to see the rest of those bets, you can unlock them now. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's freaking $10 for an entire month. And it includes every single event over that month and every single thing we offer. All the tools, all the picks, the bets, the interactive content, everything. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. DraftKings-wise, whoever wins this fight's going to score really well. We either got Romanov getting the takedown, mauling on top, or we get Rodrigo defending the takedowns and Romanov just being clueless.
I mean, this could turn into a weird Romanov versus Blagoy type fight where they're just kind of pitter-patter, striking, and just kind of, just like not a whole lot going on because Romanov maybe like scared of gas against a guy who knows how to grapple and is trusting his boxing, whatever. It does look like, and somebody tagged me in the Discord, said go check out his Instagram. It does look like he's just training fucking in like a closet. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, dude. And when he's
it's a weird fall from grace.
When he's hitting that heavy bag too, it's like it looks like me hitting a fucking heavy. It doesn't look like a fucking professional.
It's not moving.
It doesn't look like a professional like speed or technique. It looks like he's I got in there and I've seen people hit a heavy bag, so I just try to emulate what I fucking saw, and it looks like that when he's hitting a fight. It's like, okay.
It is a weird fall from grace because, like, he literally was
the
like,
next big guy.
It was all Brock Lesnar comparisons. It was like, this is the next version of Brock Lesnar, just, not as muscular. And he looked like it. And then all of a sudden, he was fat one day. Yeah, then he was just fat one day. Oh, dude, like, even like Chase Sherman, durable. Chase Sherman's a big, durable guy. Like, and Alexandr Romanov was like, at the time, the biggest favorite in the history of sport. And he looked like it. And then all of a sudden, just got fat. Like, literally just got fat. Like, not an injury, nothing. Just got fat. And it went downhill from there. We do have a $4.99 from Kellen. Kellen says, keep up the good work, guys. $10 a month for premium is 100% worth it. Well, thank you, Kellen. If you've been a premium member the last, 3-4 months, you've been doing real well. Real well. So thank you, Kellen.